Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Mm. So, what about assignment, Amma? Actually, few people today they sent their assignment, and I was expecting that assignment. I think you people didn't understand what I was actually asking. The assignment which I asked is about variable number of arguments function, Amma. I have demonstrated about how to prepare the add method without overloading, and I have given the assignment like this. Say, for example, in my main method, I have assumed that taken the three variables. Say a is equal to something called 5, b is equal to 6, say c. Then I will say c is equal to a plus b, which is addition of the two. Then instead of using the printf statement, what I am saying, suppose if I say Shastri, and if I write as usual like as printf, the sum of percentage d comma and percentage d is percentage d comma a comma b comma c, then semicolon, and end of my main. If I say like this, how instead of this Shastri method, if I call printf method, the printf method will print the output. That's the sum of what is percentage d. In place of that, the first a value will be printed, that is 5, and second printf percentage d in place 6 will be printed. Is the third printf statement, c will be printed. What does c is what? Sum of the two. What is sum of two? 11.
11.
So this message will be printed on the screen, and this is what that method I told you to implement. Which one? The Shastri method I told you to implement. Okay, then how we can do variable number of arguments function that we are to take. So my method is what? Shastri, which will not return anything, so return type is void only, and method name is say Shastri. And if you again recall that Shastry, Shastri, the sum of percentage d and percentage d is percentage d is what your first argument within double quotation, comma, second argument is a, third argument is b, fourth argument is c. Okay, this was that method. So the first argument is a string here because we have written it in double quotation. So when it is string, we have to take obviously the character array, char a of open close brackets, empty brackets, I mean to say. So base address of this string will be stored, and the remaining how many we don't know. That's why I'm keeping 3 stars ellipsis symbol. Then begin. So preparation is over. From this ellipsis symbol, one can understand that Shastri is such a method which is variable number of argument method. Variable number of arguments method or arguments function. Okay. So from this only one can understand. Then how to implement? Observe that here we catch the base address of this string. What is that string? Let me write separately the string part only here. The sum of, sorry, here I'll rewrite this here. The sum of percentage d and percentage d is percentage d. Okay, within double quotation, comma, the other two arguments, three arguments, the other three arguments are like this, comma, a comma b comma c. So this argument, this particular first argument, base address means the first character address is what stored in this pointer a. So a is a pointer for me. Okay, Now what you have to do, how to implement? First of all, I told you to take va list of a variable, va underscore list a variable, say va is a va list type. Then the additional variables will take, say, I for looping purpose, and this va to be bind with the base address. So to bind that particular one, we have va underscore start. This is a variable. It is like as a file amma. Those who are from CSC and IT, how we do file programming? First we take the file pointer, then we open the file, okay, with the help of fopen. Then we do the process after opening the file. And once if the file processing is over, then we close. Similarly, here also we have taken VA of VA list type, where variable of VA list type, like as how we take file pointer. Here we are taking VA list pointer, VA, and that we are binding here, VA start, VA comma A, simply. The base address will pass. Then what we do, once if the binding is over, we have to start reading this character wise. First we have to read the T, then H, then E, then space, then some, then U, then U, M, then again space, O, F, space, percentile. Till percentile or encounters, we have to go on read the characters, and if they are not equal to percentile, then the next character we have to read. If it is D, then we have to read the integer first parameter, first argument we have to fetch. And here, after fetching that, which is what A, that we'll place it here, that will print it here. Then again, we continually reading that remaining characters, like a space, A, N, D, again space, and again percentile D is encountered. So likewise, we have to go on read. Whenever a percentile D is occurred, we have to fetch the next parameter or next argument. So this fetching of argument only should be done when the percentile symbol is anchored. So that's what I'm demonstrating here. So VA start, we binded it. Now what we do, we read the array. We read the array character wise. So to read the character wise array, so what I'm doing here, I'm using for loop, which starts from 0 because array indexing starts from 0, and a of I is not equal to null. You know, this is what that every string in C language ends with what? Null character. So until we reach to the null character, we go on read the character wise element, and every character after reading will increment it. So this is what my for loop. So through this for loop, initialized with the index starting index 0, and every character I'm reading until the character is not equal to what? Null character. When it will become null character, we come out of this for loop. So within this for loop, we have to write the remaining logic. What is that logic? If a of I is not equal to null character, sorry, not equal to what? Percentile D character. Okay, if it is not equal to percentile D, then that has to be as usual printed. So I'm printing printf percentile C comma A of I. So that character will print it. If it is not percentile symbol, simply display that. So thus first character T, which is not percentile symbol, so T will be displayed on the screen. And then next incrementation will take place. Likewise, we continue. So if it is not equal to null percentile symbol, simply display. Otherwise, means else begin. If A of I is equal to, if it is equal to percentile symbol, if it is equal to percentile symbol, then begin, increment the I value, because we have to read the next character after percentile symbol. Again, after incrementing, if A of I is equal to D, the character D, after reading next, obviously the next one either D or F or C or some symbols or format symbols you will get D, C, F, S, whatever. But here right now in my case all are integers only. If it is D, then what do you do? What do we do? We fetch the next first parameter of that, and that fetched value will print it. So percentile D comma va underscore arg. This is what the method we have to use. Va underscore arg of va pointer comma integer parameter. Next parameter A is integer. If it is not D, if it is F, then we could have also written that VA comma float. If it is character, VA comma char C. So likewise char. Likewise we used to go on like that. That's all. This is what my method. After ending, then we have to close. Our work is done. So VA underscore end we have to write. VA end of the Shastri method. And that's what I implemented just now. You see this here. So instead of Shastri, of course, I'm calling it as a display method. And observe that main method is important to understand the flow. Here I have taken in main the three variables A, B, and C. A and B are holding 5 and 6. C is the third variable. C is equal to A plus B, I'm saying. And then I'm trying to display instead of printf, I repeat, I'm writing display. In display, the sum of percentile D and percentile D is percentile D, comma A, comma B, comma C. So you know that it should exactly behave like as a printf statement. So now display is called. So it will come here. First parameter is a string which is stored in array, I mean pointer, and the remaining how many we don't know. That's why I'm keeping ellipsis symbol, 3 dots. Then begin as usual, which I explained just now. VA list type of variable I have taken, and that variable I'm binding with the first variable, that is A. If binding process is over, then I have to read the character wise or character each character from the string. So I is equal to 0, not equal to null character, increment I value. And if it is not equal to, if that character which we are reading is not equal to percentile symbol, simply that particular symbol, which is a character, I'm printing it on the screen. Otherwise means percentile symbol is encountered. So if the percentile symbol is encountered, we come to the else case and we increment that I value, because we need the next immediate character after percentile. So after percentile, the next immediate is either also percentile C, I mean either C or D or F or S or whatever it may be. So in our case, it is all D. So anyhow, the next one we have to read, and if it is D, the only case I'm writing here, Amma. Otherwise, detailed if you want, you have to go on write the if else statements. If it is D, then fetch integer. If it is F, then fetch float. Okay. If it is C, then fetch char. So likewise, each one I'm fetching, and the fetched one I'm simply printing it. That's all. This is what my also printf statement. So in now onwards, instead of using printf, every time I will use display, which exactly works. So here is the sum of 5 and 6 is 11. It is true. So you write, you change that display function parameters like anything, it will work. The sum of A is equal to percentile D and B is equal to percentile D is C is equal to percentile D. So likewise, I'm changing now. So let us see this one, how this works. Slightly I have changed it. Only in the string I have changed it. So it is least bothers. So the sum of A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 6 is C is equal to 11. So likewise, you go on modify, it works. So this is what how instead of printf, whatever that function which I designed called display method exactly works like as your printf method. Okay, of course in detail if you want, so many things are there to be added, but this is what simplest form of your printf statement. So this is what I was asking for the assignment. Is that okay, Amma?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Amma.
Can you please scroll a little up, sir?
Okay, sure. I will. Okay, this is what I mean. You concentrate here.
Sir,
Ah,
in that for I equal to 0, A of I not equal to, that is null, no, sir?
yeah, null character, Amma. Because in C language, the string always ends with null character. Okay, now this is what the string which we have to go on read. Now, what is that string here? The sum of A is equal to percentile up to this we have to read. That's all. Once if you finish reading this string, your printf duty is over. Your printf statement duty, your display function duty is over. So by the time you read all this, we can we could have also fetch all these ABCs, remaining all the arguments we could have fetch it. So simply what you have to do, you have to read from starting character T to the end character null. So until you reach null, you go on read character wise element. So this for loop is for that only. Initially 0, amma. So what is the 0th character? A of 0. A of 0 means first character. What is the first character? T. Is that equal to percentile symbol?
No.
No. So it will go to the else part. Oh, sorry, if part only, because A of I is not equal to percentile. I say if A of I is not equal to percentile. Yes. T, which is a character which is not equal to percentile. So because of condition is true, in the printf statement, that particular character, I'm printing it without any modification. So percentile C, A of 0, because I is 0. What is A of 0? First character, which is T. T will be printed. Then it will not go to the else part. Instead, I gets incremented here in the for loop. So I will become 1. Again, it will
Yes,
get into
sir.
the body. A of 1. What is A of 1? T tarvata emochindi. What is that next?
H.
H. So H is also not equal to percentile symbol. So not equal is true. Condition is true. So that H also will be printed. So now again A also I gets incremented. Then it will become 2. A of 2 is E. E is not equal to percentile symbol. So that E will be printed. And then space. Likewise, up to what extent it will go on read up to A and equal also, of course. Up to this character, none or sir, we didn't encounter a percentile symbol. Since the percentile symbol is not encountered, so up to this character, including spaces, all as usual, they will be printed on the screen. Then after I gets incremented, next character which we read is percentile symbol. Now first time the first percentile symbol is what encountered. So because of A of I, whatever that I don't know, ma, what is that I? Oh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So when I become 15, then A of 15 is percentile symbol, which is or sorry, equal to percentile. So if condition is false, it will go to the else part, and in the else part, I will increment the I value because I want to read the next character. I am interested in percentile. Once if the percentile is encountered, immediately what we do, either we write D or S, format symbols. So D, the next character I'm reading. That's why I'm incrementing the I value. So I'll read the D. If it is D, then what we do? We fetch the first argument. So what the first argument means, first time I'm using VA
A.
underscore ARG. First time మీరు VA underscore ARG first time is encountered because this is that 15th time after 15 characters reading we reach to else part, and in the else part this condition is true. So therefore first argument, which is of integer type, A is integer, that I'm fetching it and I'm displaying using printf statement. So what that A is holding how much? 5. So 5 will be printed here
5.
in of this percentage symbol. Then again, as usual, I gets incremented. I will become 16. And
Yes,
when
sir.
A of 16 is what? Not equal to percentile symbol because it is A, not A, space. Then A, then N, then D, then Z, space, then B, then equal, then again percentile. So second time percentile when it is encountered, it will go to the else part. As usual, we'll do the same work and we'll fetch the second B value.
Yes, sir.
B is 6. So the process
Understood,
goes.
sir.
Now, in case, suppose if you want to extend in detail, then what you do, if A is equal to A of I, D is, what to say, A of I is D, then the
Else is
int we
else.
have to, else custom, else, sorry, let me, else, if A of I is equal to F, format symbol F. If it is F, then what we do, printf,
Float.
percentile F, float value, that means float
Percentile F.
argument, VA underscore ARG of VA comma
VA, comma,
float
float.
we write. Likewise we write. Are you getting, Amma? Else,
Yes, sir. Understood.
if A of I is equal to C, means character, then printf percentile C comma VA underscore ARG
VA,
of
ARG,
VA comma char.
char.
So likewise, మనం రాసుకుంటూ పోతాం. All that cases, all format cases we write. But here in my case, all are integers. So that's why at least a simple case I written it. So this is what about your variable number of arguments function concept. Right, Amma. Now let us get into today's class. And today's class, since we already finished about what functions and all, so let us practice few MCQs. Okay, are you all ready, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So I want response from everyone. I got list from Chandrika madam, so randomly I can call anyone. And if I didn't get any response, I will wait for a while. And if we didn't get the response, I'll note down the names and inform to the what's sir, your coordinators. Okay, anyhow, let us start with the first one, sir. All of you alert. Just recall the concepts of functions, storage classes, and a little bit the basics of pointers. What I explained. So let's go to the first question, sir. Which of the following is true about return type of functions in C? Question is, which of the following is true about return type of a function in C? Function can return any type. Function can return any type except array and functions. Functions can return any type except array, functions, and unions. And the last option is function can return any type except array, functions, two times array, function pointer, sorry, and union. So what is your answer, sir? Yes, Amma. See, we cannot
Sir,
return array.
B.
Of course, we may not because we are not familiar about arrays. So entire array returning is not possible because array is not a single element. So array cannot be returned. Similarly, functions, okay, we cannot return because function itself is a block of statements. So the function cannot be returned. But other than this, we can return unions. Okay, union pointer as well as structure. We can return structure element also. We can return. So what the answer is B, sir. All of you
B.
functions can return any type except arrays and functions because and of course if you want that array to be returned means we have to take the pointer and base address only we can return. Similarly, if you want to return a function, we cannot return the entire function, rather function pointer or function address we can return. So this is what about the first question. Next, all of you choose the correct statement about functions in C language. Basic, very basic question.
C, sir.
C. Read it carefully, all of you, amma. A function is a group of C statements which can be reused any number of
All
times.
of the
All
above?
the above, sir. All the above.
Sir, D, sir.
Ah, right.
D,
D
sir.
is the
D,
answer.
sir.
Every function has a return type. Every function may not return a
May
value.
or may not.
May or may not return a value. It should be or amma. Okay. And all the above. Yes. So the answer is D, as you said. Next one. What is the output of the following C code? Nothing. What I did here, definition and declaration, I made it in the main itself, like as nested functioning, nothing but.
D, sir.
So nested. No, Amma, you will get C as an answer. It is possible to execute, but this type of exercise is not at all good. We can nest the functions. All of you, I didn't explain this concept. I can expand a function within another function in a regular flow. So I have expanded the show function in main itself, and then I'm calling show. So this is possible, but this is very bad programming because there is no meaning of function when you are writing the entire body of function in another one. We expect that to reduce the complexity of the program, we use the functions. And here what we are doing, we are ourselves we are expanding the function and making our function more complicated. But this is possible, of course, and answer is nested as output you will get. All of you listen, it is possible, you won't get any error. We can expand a function within another function and then we can call. Okay, Nama? All of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you want, you
Yes,
try.
sir.
You just try in your compile. So the answer is nested as an answer you will get. Next, what is the output of C program? Main method having an integer holding 10 and then that A I'm printing
1020.
1020, sir.
1020.
1020, sir.
1020. Okay. Any other answers, Amma? Any other answers? Yeah. 1020. Are you all fixing?
10,
Observe
10, sir.
10, 10 is correct answer, Amma, not 10, 20. Observe carefully. A is 10. So first printf will print as usual that A value. So 10 is an output. First printf work is over. Then I called my show method by passing A. And observe carefully, when I'm passing A, I pass the argument A in a call by value mode. Call by value mode will not change that A value.
The local address will be changed. So 10,
Ah,
10.
so A will be stored. The copy of A is generated and the copy value 10 is stored in K. I agree. So K is holding 10 as usual when it is passed. And that K in the body of my show method change it to 20. So you change that K value that does not reflect or change the value of A because we are going in call by value mode, not call by reference mode. And in case if you go in call by reference mode, yeah, of course, if you change K, then A also changes. But here in this case, though we pass A and that A is stored in K and K is changed from 10 to 20. But that does not mean that A is going to change. A remains 10 only. So after my show method, second time I am printing, the same A will be printed. So what is the original A is there which is holding 10, 2 times 10, 10 only will be printed because of it is a call by value, not call by reference. And in case if you change it into reference, definitely you'll get 10 comma 20 as an answer. But in this case, it is 10 comma 10. Then comes a summa. Choose the correct statement about C language passed by value. అంటే కాల్ బై వాల్యూకి సంబంధించిన కరెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏంది అంటున్నాడు వాడు. వాట్ ఇస్ ద
All
కరెక్ట్
the above,
స్టేట్మెంట్?
sir.
All the above, sir.
Good.
All the above, sir.
Yes, Amma, absolutely right. Call by value copies the variable value in one or more memory locations. Yes, because formal parameters are created separately in a stack, and that formal parameters will hold the values of the actual parameters. So first one is correct. By pass by value does not use pointers. Yeah, absolutely. Call by value we never use pointers. We only rely on copies. Then pass by value protects your source or original variables from changes in the outside function or called function. Yes, absolutely. Just now we have seen that is what the demonstration. Though we change that A, though we pass A and A is copied in K and K is changed, that will never reflect on change in A. A remains same. That's what about C. All three are correct. So therefore, all the above, that is D is an answer. Then comes, what is the output of the following C code?
Error, sir.
No, Amma, it is not error.
Address of main.
Good, good. A simple snapshot, Amma. In a future, of when we cover in depth about pointers after completion of arrays, there again the pointers will merge with the functions, arrays, and structures. So at that time, I will tell you about this concept. When I'm calling main here, I'm not calling, rather I'm simply saying the name of the method, Amma. See, in printf, observe carefully, and didn't call main recursively. Rather, I'm simply putting the name of the function. What is the name of the function? Main.
Main.
Without calling. This does not mean that you are calling main. No, you are just using the method name, the function name, and I'm printing that particular. So when you are doing like this, it prints the address of the main method. You know, text code is there. I told you that your object code will have a separate memory at the bottom of your stack called code memory or text memory. So from that one, it fetches the main method address where that main method code is stored. Its base address will be returned. So therefore, the answer is C. It prints the address of main method. So likewise, we can catch the address of any method, not only main method, any method we can fetch the address. Next comes use of functions in C. Do what? Basic definition of C. I mean, definition of functions. Question is asked on definition of functions.
All the above,
All
sir.
the above, sir.
All
Yes,
the above,
sir.
Excellent, Amma. Helps to avoid repeating a set of statements many times. Yeah, reusability. Enhances the logical clarity of the program. Yeah, I just now told you that when I expanded that internal function, the other function, we are making that function more complicated. So that's what, to reduce that only we use the functions concept. So clarity of the program will improve. Helps to avoid the repeated programming across the programs. Yes, reusability makes the debugging task easier. Yes, because clarity, when your logic is clearly mentioned by using different functions, so if any error is occurred, that error can be easily rectified. So debugging will become very easy. Therefore, all the above is an answer. E is an answer. Then comes, so what is the output of the following C code?
B, sir.
B, sir.
9.
Oh, no.
10,
Oh,
sir. A,
10,
sir.
maybe.
sir.
Let me see. Let me check. I'm calling show function by passing a constant 10, which is copied in
Okay.
K. Yeah, in K, and K is incremented postly. Post incremented. That post incremented, I'm returning. So return K plus plus means first K will be stored in a return statement, a return address, and then K gets incremented because it is a post increment. If I say plus plus K, would be a different result.
11.
Would be a different result. In this case here, K plus plus means first return address లో ఏమైతుందంటే రిటర్న్ వాల్యూ అడ్రస్ లో ఏమైతుందంటే K first స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, ఒరిజినల్ K. Then original K will be incremented later. So that incremented part will not come out it into a picture, because once if you come out of the show method, K will be destroyed, but the return value of K will retain, and that return value will take back to caller. So K and అంటున్నాం అన్నప్పుడు K ఎంత ఉంది, 10 ఉంది. So 10 only will be returned, and that 10 we are storing it in I, and that I value we are printing it by using pre-decrementation. So first decrement will take place. What is the answer?
9.
9. 10 is returned, and the 10 which is stored in I, but that direct I we are not printing, rather minus minus I we are printing, which is pre-increment. Pre means first pre-decrement. So first decrement కావాలి. So I is holding 10, 10 will be decremented, which will be printed later. So therefore the answer is 9. That is B. Then comes, in C, default parameter passing technique is
Call by value.
very good. Call by value. Call by
It's
value.
call by values.
By default it is called by value, unless and until you are interested in going into reference, it is you that you have to pass the addresses. So by default is by value only. Answer is A. Now all of you, this is what the next question which is interesting, Amma. I'll tell you the hint here. After telling the hint, you just answer to the question. The hint is, when we are passing the parameters to the C like function, C, C++, even Java also, the parameters are pushed into the stack from right to left, Amma. So that means, let me write, suppose something I'm writing show of A comma B comma C comma D. If I'm writing like this, then a separate stack is going to be generated, and in this stack from right to left they will be pushed into the stack. That is, D is pushed at the bottom, upon which C will be there, then D will be stored, then finally A will be stored. This is what the parameter pushing technique. In Pascal like languages, it will push from left to right. That means there also stack is generated, but A will be pushed in bottom, then B, then C, then top you'll have D. But in C like languages, the pushing technique of parameters will be from right to left. So first D will be pushed, then C will be pushed. When you are calling, I repeat, when you are calling by passing the parameters, these parameters have to be stored. They will be stored in a temporary stack, okay, from right to left. అందుకొరకే C++ లో మనం పారామీటర్స్ అయితే డిఫాల్ట్ ఉంటాయో అవి రైట్ సైడ్ పెడతాం, అవునా? డిఫాల్ట్ పారామీటర్స్ టు బి కెప్ట్ ఎట్ ద రైట్ సైడ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఫెమిలియర్ అబౌట్ C++, because of they can be pushed at the bottom. So D is pushed, upon which C, then B, then A. This is what the parameter pushing technique, or parameters when they are passed, how a stack is going to be generated. Now keep in the mind about that one, that idea. Tell me the output. I is holding 5.
A, sir.
A
D,
is
sir.
not. A is not an answer, Ma.
D,
Next.
sir.
D,
D, sir.
B, 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 ah?
D,
Bombay
sir.
B.
D,
D,
sir.
D, sir. D, 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 sir.
Neither B it is correct nor D. I have to check, Amma. First I is pushed at the right side. I is there, so I is 5. 5 is pushed. Assume that, and then next upon I, top of I, minus I is going to be pushed from right to right. Okay, minus I means I will be decremented first. I will be decremented first. So which is 4. 4 will be pushed. So the bottom 5 is there, upon which we have 4. Then I is now 4, remember. The next one, plus I is going to be pushed. What is plus I? Plus I is nothing but 4 gets incremented to 5. So 5 will be pushed. So at the bottom we have 5, top of which 4, then we have 5. Okay. Then I minus is going to be pushed. But I minus means first I will be pushed, then I gets decremented. So I is already 5, and that 5 will be pushed, and then gets decremented. That is what 4 it will become. So thus 5, 4, 5, 5 is there, and then I plus plus. So I get decremented to 4. Then we are pushing I plus plus means first I only will be pushed. So decremented I is 4. 4 will be pushed. Then it will get incremented. So thus the answer is D, Amma, Delhi. The answer is D. Okay, all of you can verify. And the hint is simple. Just now I explained it from right to left. Ante your stack will generate like this. What it was, Amma? Printf something called I plus plus, I minus plus I, minus I. Am I right? I plus plus, I minus plus I, minus I. So if this is the case, then right to left means first at the bottom you will have I, which is 5. Upon this, the next pushing element is minus I. And minus I is what? First to decrement, then push. So
4.
first to decrement means 4. So minus I is pushed, which is 4, of course. Remember, this is 5, Amma. Then upon this, we have next pushed element is plus I.
5.
So this is pre, Amma. Pre-increment and first original value 4 will be incremented. So plus I, which will become 5 here. Then comes the next pushing element is I minus.
5.
So currently I is 5, which is I minus. I minus means what? First I is a post increment. So first 5 will be pushed, then I will become 4. And then upon that you have I plus plus. So
4.
I plus plus is also post only. So first 4 will be pushed here, and then I gets incremented to 5. Okay. So thus if you see the stack and pop, you know how the popping will take place from top to bottom only now. So if you go on pop it, 4, 5, 5, 4, 5 is the output that you will get. And where we are here, this option is 4, 5, 5, 4. 4, 5, 5, 4 is what in D, option D. So therefore answer is D. Then comes all of you. Tell me about this. Yes, Amma.
Option A, sir.
Option A. Good, Amma. Option is A. So what we understand from this demo or this MCQ question is main, though execution starts from main method. Every C language, you write simple to any complex, your execution starts from what? Main. But that does not mean that a main is only king of the functions. No, there is no specialty for that main method. It's not a king, it's not a queen. That main method can be called from any other method, including user defined method. So you can call, if you create your own user defined function, from that function you can call main. And main can be called by itself. We can call main method from itself. That means recursive main also we can do. So thus what we understand from this code is no error chance is there. But thing is that we have to trace properly when recursion is made on main method. So here remember that we have taken static, all of you. In the last class only I told you static ante it is local to scope is local to
Initialize
the
only
block.
once.
It is what's a local to the block only, but it retains its value till the execution of the function. I mean execution completes. So static var is also a variable of integer holding initially 5. Now this will not be recreated again. Only one sound common memory is going to be created with the var in static also location, and that we are printing it here in post decrement form. Var minus minus means first 5 will be printed, then 5 gets decremented to 4. So remember right now 5 is printed and var is having 4. Then that var which is holding 4, by taking it we are coming to what's our if condition, and if to which we are passing 4 means 4 is non-zero value, therefore the condition is true. Because condition is true, so in the body of the if condition I am calling main once again. So from main I am calling main, so it's a recursion of main method. So the execution starts from the beginning again. So it will go to the top, again get into the body, and there the static variable which is already stored once, and that recreation will not take place in the case of static. So already var is created its memory and holding 4 in that, remember. ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ అది reset to 5 కాదు, it will not reset to 5, it remains 4 only. So in that one again it will go to the printf statement. Var minus minus means which is holding 4 right now, 4 will be printed first, and that var decrements to 3. The 3 value is passed to if condition, 3 is non-zero value, so main is once again called. So till now 5 and 4 are printed. So when third time when we are calling, again we are currently holding 3, 3 will be printed, 3 gets decremented, it will come 2, 2 is passed if condition which is non-zero. So after printing is a 2, 3, 3, okay, 3 will be printed, 2 is passed. So again recalling, var is holding 2, 2 will be printed, 2 gets decremented to 1, 1 is passed to var, okay, recursively called main method. Again 1 is printed and 1 decrements to 0. Here is the base case. When var becomes 0, to if condition we pass 0, and 0 is a false condition, so recursive call will not take place. So recursive call is stopped here and we come out of the main method. So thus upon observing that we get an answer 5 4 3 2 1 as an output. It is not error, it will not lead to any infinite loop, neither it prints all 5s, because a typical case of this we are demonstrating many things in this one. So answer is A, Amma. Then comes yes, Amma, what is the output? Yeah, Aisha, Sanjana,
Yes, sir.
you are trying, huh? Okay, I'll wait. Trace the program.
A, sir.
A 4 5 6 7. I don't think so, Amma. Check it
4,
out.
sir. C. 4,
Error,
sir.
4.
4 is an answer. Absolutely right, Amma. C is an answer. How this is, let us understand the recursions. Okay, Amma. Let me write the code first here. 7 is passed now, and the method is int f of x is equal to 7. Begin. For the method here, if x is less than or equal to 4, let me write the body also once. If x is less than or equal to 4, then return x. Okay. Otherwise, not otherwise case, in general flow, return f of how much, sir? Minus minus x, huh?
X minus 1.
X minus minus, minus minus x, minus minus x. So minus minus x means Okay, let me write minus x. This is what the code amma. The first time we are passing 7 here. So x is holding 7. 7 is not less than or equal to 4. So this base case will not encounter. Instead, regular flow. In a regular flow, we are having a return statement. And once again, we are calling the same recursive method by passing decremented value of x, which is 7 to 6. So we are passing here by passing 6 here. So a method is recalled here. F this time holding 6 here in the body. If x is less than or 6 is less than or equal to 4 is false, so this base case will not encounter. Rather, return f of minus x also, only will be executed. So here again, since this is false, so x is holding 6. By reducing the 6 value, okay, which is 5, we are calling once again the same method. So one more version f is going to be created holding this term 5 in the body. X is not equal to, that is 5 is not less than or equal to 4. Condition is false. So this return statement will not encounter. Rather, return of f of minus x is going to be encountered. So upon calling here by passing reduced value of 5, which is 4, we are calling here. Once again, it will come here. F of this time x is equal to 4. Begin. And here is what the case where 4 less than or equal to 4 is true. Because of true, it returns what's up? X
4.
here. X. So what is x currently holding? 4.
4.
So 4 is returned. So return 4, all of you. Where this 4 will be returned, from where we are calling this method amma. So I kept arrow marks. So through that arrow marks, one can understand where the control go back. So 4 is returned here amma, because from here we called. So thus this completely vanishes. We have 4 here. Okay. And this 4 is further returned to its caller. Who is the caller of this method? This method caller is here. So this 4 is returned here amma. So in place of this method, okay, here in place of this 4 is returned. And this return further returns to its caller. So who is the caller of this method? The caller of this method is here. So this 4 will be returned here in this place. So we have finally 4. And this final 4 is returned to main method. Because from main, first time we are calling by passing 7. So first time when it is called, it will return to main method. And in the main method, what we have here, printf. We are printing the final answer which is returned, only one answer. Therefore, the answer is C, as you said. Okay. So finally, the only one answer which is 4 is returned. This is what the way how I used to trace the recursive functions. Then, next question, Allah. Recursive functions are executed in a dash manner. Parallel order. Parallel means one simultaneously all that versions will be created and they simultaneously execute. Is that true? To say it is parallel order or first in first out order? First in or first out order means in a queue manner. Okay, it's a queue. First in first out means queue. Or last in first out order or iterative order.
Last in first out order, sir.
Absolutely, Amma. We learned that the stack is generated for each version. Okay, separate fast, and the top, the last one which is called will be kept at the top. Andukolki ikkada order chudandi. If you see the order, you'll understand. This is what that last one which is executed first. So this is the at the top, and bottom of that you'll have this. To this, the bottom of this one is this, and to this, the bottom element is this, and to this, the bottom element is main. So first this will be executed, and this is the element which is pushed last. So last in first out order is the order in which it is going to be executed. So therefore, last in first out. Answer is C. Then, when a function is called recursively, all the automatic variables are stored in. Automatic means regular
Stack.
Stack.
Yes, sir. Stack. What is the output of the following C code? Observe, it is a triple dot contain the variable number of argument function amma it is. Indaka first class lo demonstrate chesan nenu. And the first parameter is what will be stored in the first parameter. Remaining how many we don't know, we are least bothered. So they will be stored in a dot 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 manner into stack. Observe carefully what I'm doing and tell me the answer. Two times I'm calling display method. Yes,
Sir, is it
B, sir, 5 and 2.
B, sir?
absolutely, Amma. 5 comma 2, simple, because first time when we are calling display, 5 is binded in S, first parameter S, which is binded with first parameter of display method, which is 5. And remaining all are how many we don't know. They will be what's stored in a stack in a what's an ellipsis manner we are representing. That means how many are there remaining, we are least bother. So that is upon calling, I'm printing. I'm not using VA star, VA list, ante a variable number of argument function. I'm not at all implementing. I'm simply interested in the first argument. So in first display method, first argument is 5, 5 will be printed. In the second display method, first argument is 2, 2 is displayed. So thus the answer is B, Bombay. Then comes this one, sir. It is also variable number of argument function only. I too I have to trace. Yeah, I got the answer. Tell me the answer, Amma.
10, sir.
No. Then is not the answer. We demonstrated in the class. The C is this same program we
6,
demonstrated in the. Hey, Amma,
6, 6.
6 is an answer, right, Amma? Because observe here, we are fetching each one from the remaining. First one is 4, which is stored in N. Remaining 1, 2, 3 are stored in the stack in a manner of 3 at the bottom, upon which 2, upon which 1 we have. And in the for loop, we are fetching 1, 1, that we are storing it in I. So first will be 1. First argument which is fetched is 1 from the stack, and I is holding 1. That 1 we are adding to val. Val is initially 0. So now val become 1. Then I gets incremented, or sorry, j gets incremented. So upon incrementing, next argument which is 2 is popped up, and the 2 we are assigning to I. Okay, and val we are adding. Val is already 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Then j gets incremented. Third argument is popped, that is 3, which is stored in I, and val is already 3. 3 and to this I value 3 are added. Val will become 6 here, and j gets incremented, which will become 4. When j gets 4, 4 is not less than 4. I mean, condition is what? False. We come out of the for loop and we return the val. So upon returning the val, the fun will be printed as sum of all the remaining arguments, that is 1, 2, 3, which is 6. Okay, Nama? Anybody is having doubt? Same program we implemented. Okay. So the answer is C, 6, not 10. To get the 10 value, what do you do? Val in
J0.
no,
J0 we need to put here.
no need, no need, Amma. Even val can be initialized to 4 also. You know, J0 cannot be done because it starts fetching from 1 to 3, because first one is known. It is not there. It is already there in the formal argument N. Remaining only stack is going to be generated. That is 1, 2, 3. For 1, 2, 3 remaining, a stack is going to be generated from right to left. Elements will be pushed. And the first argument information is available in N. So val, instead of initializing
val
to 0,
equal to n.
value initialize to N, and that you continue. Then you will get including some of the first argument. Okay, next. Observe carefully.
B, sir.
Bombay. Call. In order to exchange the value of the two variables x and y, what we have to do antunnadu.
You have to pass addresses, no, sir.
Okay.
D, sir.
But sir, it is not
Yes, sir, it's B.
written.
Swap cannot be used as a parameters are passed by value.
Yeah, simply if you have B Bombay, if you simply say by passing the addresses, that is not enough. In the swap method itself also, we have to change the formal arguments from by value type to by reference type. Means asterisk of A, asterisk of B should be there, and everywhere wherever we are using A and B, they should be what's that asterisk A, asterisk B. So thus the answer is swap cannot be used as it does not return any value. Is C answer. Fourth one, let us read. Swap cannot be used as the parameters are passed by value. మీరు ఓన్లీ అడ్రస్ పంపించినా it throws error because addresses cannot be cached in the value type. So the entire logic has to be changed. Thus the answer is D. Delhi cannot be used because of the parameters are passed by value only. So swap చేయలేము. Then comes the value of the j at the end of the execution of the following program. Don't worry about what సార్ అది డిక్రిమెంట్ చేశారా కాల్ చేశారా అవన్నీ పట్టించుకోకండి. జస్ట్ యూ సీ దిస్ అండ్ టెల్ మీ ఫైనల్లీ వాట్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ j. I agree that we didn't print j, but it has clearly mentioned in the question that what is the j value at the end of the execution. Ante. Trace it and tell me. I too have to work out. Remember, count is a static type of variable. It is initialized to 0. And it will not reinitialize to 0 again. It will be
10,
updated.
sir.
10, sir.
I have to check, Amma. I passed, which is 0. Return 0. So first
Count
j value
equal
is
to
0.
0 plus 0, return 0.
Okay.
Then I value will be incremented to 1, sir.
Very good.
J equal to increment of 1 value is passed.
Okay. Count is updated to 0 plus 1.
0 plus 1,
1.
return 1.
Hmm.
And again, I value will be incremented to 2.
1 plus 2, 3.
2, 3.
Count is
And again,
updated to 3.
3. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6.
6.
Again 4. True.
6 plus 4.
6
Good.
plus 4, 10.
Very good. So by that time, I less than or equal to 4 is the last iteration. And at the last iteration, we got, what's that? 10, which is written in J. So let us check. Answer is 8. Yes, sir. 10 is an answer. Why? Because count is not a automatic type variable, which is static type variable, which retains its updated value. And finally, at the fourth iteration, final j value will be there. Final j is 10. Now what about this one, sir? Okay, let us take this as the last one. Observe carefully and tell me the answers. Very clean observation is required. Yes, anyone, Amma?
-5, sir.
Excellent. Observe carefully. What is the thing is, there are two versions F1 and F2 we have. In the and logic of F1 and F2 is to swapping logic we implemented in both. But in the F1 version, it's a call by value swap, and we all know very well swap will not take place. So that means after calling F1 by passing A and B, no change will take place in the values of A and B. They remain 4 and 5 only. That is, A remains 4, B remains 5. Now, after that, we are calling F2 function by passing the addresses of B and C, which are passed into the pointer variables A and B, and now the swapping logic is implemented. Okay. And in the swapping logic, swap will take place because call by reference we are going. So passing B and C and swapping means B will become 6, A will become, sorry, B will become 6, C will become
B
5.
5, C 6 no sir.
Oh no, after swapping, because swapping
After
will take
swapping.
place here. Call by
Yes, yes.
reference kadamma. Second F2 is a call by reference version.
Yes, sir.
So B will hold 6, C will hold
5.
5 because both B and C will exchange their values. So thus the final status is A is 4, B is 6, C is 5. Now that simple arithmetic statement we are printing in printf statement, saying that C minus A minus B. What is C? C is 5 because after swapping. So 5 minus A remained 4. 5 minus 4 is 1.
1.
1
1
minus
minus 6.
B. B is 6 here. 1 minus 6 is minus
Minus
5. Therefore, the answer is what? Minus 5.
2.
That is A. Okay. Now, this you take as a homework. Last question, of course. Don't worry. G and C, I have written it here. And from function C, and I mean, fun CF, I'm calling fun G, F and G functions. And what are the resultant return value is there that I'm storing it and that we are adding it to Y. And this process I'm continuing it twice and 2 printouts. Both the times I'm printing the value of Y after calling. Okay, Nama? This you remember and tell me. Very simple, you can trace it. You trace, note down the question, you trace it and tell me the answer. Take it as an assignment. Simple, Amma, very simple. Nothing to worry.
Yes, sir.
Function F నుంచి function G కాల్ చేసాం అంతే. Then what are that G function is returning, that we are storing it in Y, and that Y we are returning from F to main method. Okay. So to the main method, F and G functions, whatever that they are returning their respective values will be stored, and that resultant sum is added to Y, which is 10. And that Y value updated one, we are printing it on the screen. Okay, first time. And likewise, we are continuing in the loop. 2 times we are doing the same process. So 2
Sir, 33 and 37, sir. Answer.
no, Amma, it is not 33 and 37.
We will try, sir.
You better try. Better try, Amma. Have you note down the question? Just note down, otherwise I'll write.
Yes, sir.
X is 5, remember. And they are all non-static variables, automatic type, not to worry. And here in this one, Y is static, of course. In function G, a variable Y which is declared as static. (32) plus Y add చేయలేదమ్మా, ఎవరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పారు కదా 32 అని చెప్పి. Y to be added, Y is 10. 32 plus 10, 42. So 42 first answer is available in B only. So as far as my knowledge is concerned, B is the option because 42
Yes,
when first time it
16
is
will, yes, Y value will be 16. Then it will be returned 16, 16. Means 42 will be getting first time.
Sama 16, 16, very good. 32.
And second time,
We are adding to Y. So Y
32 plus
update.
10, sir. 42.
Yes, Sama, yes. Second time also, both the same X only we are passing, na, and we didn't modify
Not
X.
changing the
So
value, sir.
32 నే వస్తుంది, 32 నే వస్తుంది, అవునా? సెకండ్ టైం కానీ
Yes, sir.
దానికి మళ్ళీ Y యాడ్ అవుతుంది. Y how much?
10.
No, updated Y.
12,
Y would be
11, 11.
42 అమ్మా. Y is updated to 42 first time. Second for loop అంటున్నా. When you are running the for loop, your X will not reset to 5 na. Sorry, Y will not reset to 10 కదా. Y is updated to 42 already. First print is 42 అమ్మా.
For second value you are asking, sir?
Second iteration లో ఎఫ్ ఫంక్షన్ జీ ఫంక్షన్ కో అదే ఎక్స్ పాస్ చేసాం కనుక మళ్ళీ రిటర్న్ 32 నే
But y
వస్తుంది.
value will be changing now, sir. 42 will be
స్టాటిక్
passed.
ఈస్ దేర్. గుడ్ స్టాటిక్ ఈస్ దేర్. అండ్ హౌ ఇట్ వాస్ ప్రీవియస్లీ 11 కదా.
Now it will be 42.
11 plus 1
11 plus 1,
12.
12.
Ah.
12 plus 5, 17.
Yeah,
17 2 is a 34. 34 plus.
32.
What is the answer, sir?
42 ఆప్షన్ ఫస్ట్ కరెక్ట్ ఒకటే దాంట్లో ఉంది కదమ్మా, ఇంకా మిగతా దాంట్లో లేదు. సో ఆన్సర్ షుడ్ బి బి
B.
without
Okay.
tracing second term, but I am asking you to trace second term also. And remember that static y is there here. Y is a static variable.
We cannot
in this
change now,
G.
sir.
But it's showing 43,8. Just check it out. Okay, check చేయాల్సిందే ఇది. ట్రేస్ చేస్తారా చేయాలా నేను?
We'll try, sir.
You better try.
Sir, tomorrow, next class you show, sir. Now we'll try.
You try. Very simple amma. Y, don't forget here, y is static. There's only tension. If it is not static, would be different case. Because of here y is static, so whatever the previous updated value will retain. Okay, that's the thing that we have to remember. Thank you. One more is also there. You note down this and tell me the answer for this also, amma. All of you. It's a recursive call. A good question. Note down, all of you. Note down this and the previous one and answer. Noted down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So this I am concluding it here about the functions, amma. Remember, in the next class we are going to start arrays, and as I told you that all of you EC triple students will be present, try to be regular to the class and be positive in the class. Okay, responsive, because I have to stress more on that arrays.
Sir,
And all yes,
for
amma.
class, do you have any sample question, sir, for practice?
You want that? I'll
Yes.
prepare and send them. I didn't prepare it. If you want, I'll
No,
prepare.
if you have, you share, sir. If not, don't take stress, sir. We'll search from net.
Okay, ma'am. You better
Thank
search
you, sir.
from net and thank you, amma, for reducing the burden. I thought maybe you are going to ask me to
Sir,
send the questions.
if you have, you can share, sir. Otherwise,
Of
we'll
course.
search from it.
Definitely, amma. I'll try. If it is there, then I'll send. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, amma. Thank you. Chandrika, madam.
Yes, sir.
I'm concluding, madam.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
All of
sir.
you, happy weekend, amma.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.
This time, all of you, please prepare well and try to improve the